What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna go ahead and replace my transmission. I did notice that my third gear, every time I go in third, it will grind a little bit, and I know it's the trans because they always go bad, especially when you're pushing 1,000 horsepower to the wheel. We've been gapping these fools left and right, and yeah, it's time to replace it. I got an AEB one. Got this bad boy right here, so you know, hopefully this one lasts a couple months, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and replace it during this coronavirus bullshit. You know, I think that coronavirus shit is just the government just trying to bring 5Gs out, and they trying to vaccine your ass so we all can die, or bring the RFID chip out. So if they tell you to get vaccine, but don't do it. They tell you to get a RFID chip, don't do it. Hey man, if things go back to normal, we're gonna keep gapping these fools. Alright, so it's pretty simple to remove one of these at the car, especially when you have a lift. First thing you want to do is I think there's 3 bolts up top. You have actually I think it's like, yeah, 3. You have one here, and you have one here, and there's also one here and one up there, so you got about like 4 bolts. So that's what we're about to do now. And you know, you have enough space back here. You know, you just, you know, sneak your wrench in and whatever you're using, and break these 3 loose before you go all the way up. So about to do that right now. Alright guys, so the next step you want to do is you want to remove both front axle. You want to remove it from here. Remove that one, remove this one, and then you want to remove the drive shaft. After you remove the drive shaft, you gotta get something to hold it from here. So if not, it's gonna spin. Alright, so you want to hold it from here, and you want to break the bolts loose, and then your shifter, you'll want to remove this right here. There you go. It's a 10 mil bolt. You want to take it all the way out and push this thing out. And also there's another bolt right here. It's a Allen key. I think it's a 6. And you got to remove that. And after you do all that, before you remove the motor mounts and these the rest of the bolts, the rest of the bottom bolts, don't remove this one. You gotta remove that one up there. Remove this one. You got 1, you got 2, and you got 3. You got another one from here. And then you're gonna remove the starter. You don't have to take it all the way out. Just remove the bolts, and then you should be able to slide it out. Before you remove the motor mounts, make sure you put like some, you need one of these right here. Focus. Yeah, you need one of these to support the transmission, because you don't want that shit to fall on you. So you want to put it right there, and then remove the mounts, remove all the bolts, then you should be able to slide it out. Alright, so on the left side of the transmission, you have 2 connectors, and if you guys can see it, you have 2 connectors, and you see that line, this line right here. All you gotta do is squeeze the clip and pull on the line. It should come out. And before you remove like the bottom bolts, make sure you remove those 2 connectors, and make sure you remove that line. And then after that, you're gonna go ahead and remove the axle, the 2 front axles, and you're gonna remove the diff. Disconnect from right here. And what else you gotta do? And you gotta remove the motor mounts. And you know, once you remove these, the bolts around here, the bottom bolts, and you remove the motor mounts, and you should be good. The transmission mounts, the 2 transmission mounts, and you should be able to slide it out. All right, guys. So I just took the transmission out, and here you go, man. This is it. So I'm about to go ahead and put the new one in. Well, it's not new, but yeah. So you got to take both mounts out. You got to completely take them out. If not, you're not gonna have enough space to sneak it out. And this one, you can just take this shit out, and then yeah, it should be good. So I'm about to go ahead and put the new one in. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done with it. Everything is back. Make sure you connect. You put those two connectors back, and also make sure you bleed the clutch before you start driving it. You see that little bolt, that little it's an 8 mil. Little one up there. Make sure you have somebody pump the clutch for you and bleed it properly before you take it for a spin. But anyway, man, this is it, and I'm out.